those issues need to be put at the proper perspective so that we can get a lasting peace. I believe in peace. I support the peace process, and I want it to be done very quickly so that the Rivers people can bounce back. Because as far as I'm concerned, by my little judgment, I will tell you that we're over 10 years backward from where we used to be since inception of His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State. Very unfortunate that the likes of Dr. Chidi Lloyd we make the public statement he made. You know, there are people who are crisis merchants who benefit from crisis, and they will never support the peace process to the end. People were alluding to the fact that the former governor of Rivers State, FCT minister, referred to Fubara as my son and my boy. And we recall that the first 6 months, 7 months into this crisis, in all public functions and private interviews of Mr. Governor, he will always refer to the matter in Rivers State as a father and son problem, and that it needs to be settled, and it will be settled. So if the governor himself have alluded to the fact that it's a son, because everybody needs a guardian, and if the governor has agreed that His Excellency, the former governor, was his father at the time, and when the relationship was very cordial, and the minister of today said, "It's my son and my boy," I don't think anything wrong with it. But again, let's speak from what Dr. Chidi Lloyd have said. The only unfortunate thing there is that from their own side, as far as they are concerned, the governor was wrong from beginning to the end. There is nothing to apologize to the people of Fubara. Are you saying that I don't deserve an apology?
That's what I'm asking.
Are you saying that the people on the governor's side do not deserve apology?
So what are the terms?
See, first of all, we must agree, like my local parable we say, that when two brothers, good brothers, fight and kill themselves, a stranger will inherit their hereditary or their heritage. Stranger will, and that's what is happening. If any person pretends, whether in whichever side you think you belong, that all is well, or that we are happy with all the things that is happening, Andrew, the person is lying, because we are the losers at all time, including the both parties. And that is why people like us have chosen. Normally, I shouldn't be standing this way if you have followed my trend, as long as this matter is concerned. Because we are asking, look at Dr. Chidi Lloyd, he said the governor needs to apologize to them, including the local government chairman. Dr. Chidi Lloyd was in this place, or in this state, when a local government chairman came out publicly and declared that the governor of Rivers State, and called his name. He didn't insinuate, he called his name. That is a madman, is a foolish person. What could he say of that? That does not deserve an apology. Dr. Chidi Lloyd has been one of those that abused the governor the most. And if there is any man that will, tender apology to the people of Rivers State, you can't forget yesterday. He owes Rivers people a lot of apology. Remember what happened in the Rivers State House of Assembly, where one of our finest, as I can refer to him, M.O. Chinda, was almost killed on a broad daylight. The popular Apako master. It was carried out by Chidi Lloyd. He never supported us. He never supported Wike. But today, when he came to join, he was one of the beneficiaries of our own struggle. What happened? Did any person die? Politics, as far as I'm concerned, is that there is a time, maybe there will be issues, and along the line you make amends and everybody will flow. You cannot humiliate the governor of a state because we need peace. And you say he needs to come. Yes, the state assembly, he must engage them. They are critical stakeholders in this issue. Chidi Lloyd is not a critical stakeholder on this particular matter.
So you're saying that he doesn't deserve an apology?
No, he doesn't deserve. I've told you that he is the person that deserves to apologize to Rivers people for almost taking the life of a Rivers man publicly. And again, he talked about that they seized this allocation. I heard him saying that for
3 months.
For 3 months. What happened? You cannot fire who he didn't employ. The employment of civil servants at the local government level is a prerogative of Local Government Civil Service Commission as constituted. And you were here when he sacked how many people unduly without following the due process. And they said, please record them and follow the due process. And he said no. Because why? As far as he is concerned, the governor does not exist. Nobody can give an instruction. No man can accept such humiliation. So for me, because I believe in peace process, because if you even watch the interview of the FCT minister, the last one with BBC, you will see, I may be wrong to say that this is a man who actually is building or believing that, look, this is my family. We need to return together. Nobody is a stranger in this business. I have been around since 1998 till date. In PDP, I've never changed party one day. In the concrete followership of the minister of FCT, I followed him since 2013 till date, till the crisis started in 2023. If I took my bow. So the point I'm trying to make is that both parties must give peace a chance. From our words, from our actions, especially the social media. My brother, if you go to the social media, you know that there is no sign. But I want to believe that the governor, like he said the other day, in the church, Empire Edwin Clark, what's it called? Night of Tribute. I think that's what he's referred to. Where he said, please, I wear the shoe. I know where it pinches, and I know how to solve my problem. Be careful on what you say. Be moderate, because we must return back. And if the governor himself has said that, that is enough show. What could be more humility? In the face of the crisis, the governor went to see the FCT minister in his house, and they spoke. And even the FCT minister confirmed the other day from his own words that even the other day that the governor called him and he said, how are you? How is your family? Meaning that they talk that they have not been talking for a very long time. There is a communication, close of communication now. And we are praying that it needs to come quick and last for us. I do not believe in pretentious peacemaking. And again, everybody that is hitting up the politics must be called to order. Some people do not want peace at all. So that their lives will keep, flying wherever they support. And that's why I said the likes of Chidelo does not have the moral justification to come and talk about apology when he owes Rivers people a serious apology for attempting murder publicly, and he was taken to court. You are aware? So he owes Rivers people apology, and he needs to allow this peace process to be completed so that everybody, Rivers people, will enjoy it. Because the greatest loser is Rivers State.
Okay. But then many would say that he was not just referring to an apology for himself, but I think he mentioned Honor Sergeant Awuse, who was the council traditional in charge of the chairman of the River State Council of Traditional Rulers at the time, and local government chairman among others that he highlighted. But this is where it's very critical, because some people think that he is on the right path to have asked for this, to say, well, the apology should involve all these people because the politics at the time and what happened affected them. On the other side, for those people who are with the governor, what are the demands? What would you say, okay, we also expect from the FCT minister or those people who are supporting the FCT minister to also do, so that we know that, all right, it's a balance?
Okay, first of all, Andrew, let me say this very clearly. His Royal Majesty, Chief Sergeant Sergeant Awuse, is a very revered personality that all of us respect in this state. And because of that, we must be careful the kind of politics we use his name to play. Sergeant Awuse is a stakeholder, a senior citizen of this state. If in the course of this peace process, the governor deemed it fit as one of those that he needs to consult and to say, please add your voice so that we can return back to where we are, having been part of those that also took the decision before the governor became the governor, I don't think there is anything wrong. But coming up publicly to say that the governor needs to tender apology and listed the following persons. One, crisis that happened in this state have made us to run away from the truth. Before the former chairman of River State Council of Traditional Rulers, Chief Sergeant Awuse, or His Royal Majesty, was removed, his tenure has traditionally elapsed. That is the truth. His tenure has traditionally, there is no one person since Fubara removed in this state that has a tenure running that he tampered, including the local government chairman. Did he remove them? He allowed their tenure run through before election was conducted, even though it was overturned by Supreme Court, no problem. But at least he allowed their tenure run through. A sitting governor will come out to apologize to former local government chairman. My brother, I don't know where we are heading to. I don't know what we believe. I agree that in every state there are, political juggernauts, there are men, but nothing lasts forever. Look at the history of politics. Everybody that has hold sway at a time again, his bones will be weak. That's how nature has made it. I that is speaking here, time is coming where your bone will also be weak. That's how life is. Nothing lasts forever. So my major appeal is that the terms and condition was not presented to Chidi Lloyd, except he's saying to our own conviction that the FCT minister have presented to him the terms and conditions for him to know the people that he's supposed to go to apologize. Other than that, let him allow and others to allow the processes to be completed. Let me also tell you, we are the worst hit in this process. Why? Some people lost their job because of what they believed. Don't forget, before then, I was chief of staff to the former Ikwerre local government chairman. I supported the governor. I voted for the governor. I worked for the governor. So if I say I am supporting the governor, I've committed a crime. I don't know whether you understand. While all of us work for him. So if you say you have supported the man that they presented to you, then you have committed a crime. It is not correct. You saw the humiliation, that you saw the attack in a chair. A young man called Holy, popularly called Holy, who is a musician, that he was the person during 2015 election and 2019 general election that composed almost all the songs that we use for the FCT minister's campaign when he was aspiring to be governor. He lost his band set worth over 4 million naira, and it was destroyed in a jail. Our people, we attacked at Ahuda West. Our people, we are being attacked everywhere like we are strangers here. Why? Because of the kindness nature of the man we are following. That's why I believe in body language too sometimes. If the governor has spitted fire, my brother, even you that is very strong man, the woman holds your strength.
All right.
So for me,
let's take
the
a short
peace pact
commercial.
is the true way to
After
go,
the commercial,
and we must allow it
we'll continue.
to come down
Stay with
completely.
us.
92.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, the conversation continues here. Nigeria Info. My name is Ifeyemi Andrew, the spokesperson for the Simplified Movement in Rivers State, is with me in the studio, no other than Darlington Orji. And the conversation has been around the peace moves being made between the FCT minister and the governor of Rivers State. And, my guest unveiled quite a lot responding to the comments made by former council chairman for Emoha local government area, Dr. Chidi Lloyd, where he had said, public apology from the governor and some individuals, including the former council chairman, are those that the governor must apologize to meet some of the terms of demands made by the FCT minister to the governor if he wants peace in Rivers State. And my guest says, he's not in a place to ask or seek that. We'll quickly just wrap things up and take some questions from you. I know you are eager to ask. We don't have all the time. So on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, that's the handle. So go on Facebook and join in on the conversation. Drop comments and questions on WhatsApp. It's 0809 030 6416. Let's come to my guest, Mr. Orji, quickly. So I was asking before the break, I said, so what are the terms for the simplified family and the governor? Does the governor have his own terms to say, okay, yes, the peace is good, this is what you want me to do, but this is also where I feel I was hurt and I was disrespected, and we need this to be sorted out? And very importantly, is a question that we had also put up on Facebook and we need people to respond to. Do you think this peace move will work? In the sense that, will the governor be in charge and be recognized and respected as leader in Rivers State, which was a very huge debate, if you remember, when he first became governor? There were those even commissioners that would not even want to say that the governor is, it was so difficult to say it. Everybody would find a way to. I was just telling you how in Delta State, for instance, the governor joined the party and has already been recognized as leader of the party in Delta State, even though we had a senator who was seen as leader, who was there. But then everybody, and that's how it's going. But then in this case, when it got to Rivers State, we started to see a shift in how, the party did not write this down, they did not say this. Do you think that would change with this peace move? Would everybody then work with the governor and recognize his office and respect it?
First, Andrew, we have a problem in this nation called Nigeria. First, we are very patient as Rivers people, as Nigerians. And I pray that Nigerians' orientations will begin to change towards those that have them in their mind, as in carrying out development, carrying out the activities that they were elected for, being calm and not hostile to the people. Because what seems to work in Nigeria is that it must be a governor, it must be a president that will be hostile to your people. It doesn't matter about the impulse of your people. Now you are asking me about our terms. Our terms is any condition given us by the governor. Whatever the governor agrees, we will abide by it. You know why? This is a man that I've told you severally. Even as a caretaker committee chairman, then he told us in one of the meetings, if not for you people and for the sake of Rivers State, I'm throwing in the towel. You see, a man that is not interested in this brouhaha that is happening. He does not believe that you need to kill each other for you to take in charge of Rivers State. So that's why I told you, I'm choosing my words because we are in a peace move. We are in a reconciliatory move. And that's why I said the likes of my brother, Dr. Chidi Lloyd, should allow the process to be completed, because I do not believe that the minister have presented the terms or the conditions for peace to him to come and tell us. Because even as a baby who is 1 month old that is sucking the mother's breast, when he's very hungry, you see him shouting. And when you breastfeed him and he gets filled and you still want him to suck, he will say no. The governor have referred to the minister as father. Say it's a son and father relationship. I believe so. And I believe that everything that has a start must have an end. Because we are the both losers. They are losing. We are losing. A stranger is taking advantage of Rivers resources. Let me tell you, it is on record, whether any person likes it or not. At the end of this crisis, Rivers people have benefited something.
How?
What did they benefit? I'm coming, I will tell you what we have benefited. We have benefited. We are now wiser to know that our IGR is over and above 27 billion instead of 12. We are not aware. So no governor will come tomorrow and tell us that we're having less. No governor will come tomorrow to tell us that why development is not on is because I cannot access loan. Why? Because the current governor, Excellency Sasimulala Fubara, apart from the ring road that he took a loan of about 200 billion, and that job was awarded to Julius Berger, and over 170 something billion was also paid in advance. Look at the circumstances. But again, apart from that one, nobody can contradict me to the fact that he has either approached the bank or approached the assembly that he needs a loan. Look at the Trans-Calabari Road, which is over and above 200 billion again. A man is carrying it out with that car, borrowing 1 naira. Look at the cottage hospitals we have. Go to Bori. That hospital can be, equipped to teaching hospital by all standard. No single loan. He has constructed and commissioned. And, sometimes I ask, if you are close to the governor, you know that it's not a public time. He does not believe in some of the roads. When the last time he wanted to do project commissioning, some of the roads they listed, he said, is it not their money? Do I need to commission it? The road is there, they're already using it. That's a different politician, I can say. It's a different species. Unfortunately, people do not like those that are sincere. This is a man that have said the resources of Rivers people must be used by Rivers people. This is a man that came on board and made 12 billion IGR and declared 27. Are you saying that he added it from his pocket? He can also capitalize on that and keep the rest in his back pocket. But he said no. Rivers State must change. Rivers State must improve. I'm not against any person who wants to take charge of Rivers State or any person. No, but we must benefit through the developmental strives of His Excellency the Governor, who has always said, including the last meeting, that nothing is too much a price for him to pay. And
some will say if nothing is too much a price for him to pay, let him come up and apologize.
No, listen, so that we don't get it twisted. When they say nothing is too much to pay, it's not to come apologize to you who do not deserve my apology. You owe me apology first. You made an attempt to kill your colleague in the public. You have not apologized to me. If any person dies in River State House of Assembly, the story everywhere will not be Ikwerre man died or Obiakpo man died. The story is that a member of River State House of Assembly has died. And what happened? Then they will not narrate the story. So you owe me apology. You can't ask me for an apology when you do not deserve it. But if you talk about consultation, the man is meeting people. I have never seen such a humble governor. My brother, we are talking about governor of River State. Look at the history of River State. From Odele, from Amechi, Wike, nobody can tolerate what Fubara has tolerated. Let me tell you, Fubara is the most abused governor in the history of River State. And he has accepted it. He has swallowed it. And he has said over time, the powers I have is not to humiliate and intimidate my people. The powers I have is to make sure that I galvanize and coordinate the resources of Rivers people properly and utilize it to the scene and development of Rivers State. And that is what all of us are enjoying as we speak now. So my only appeal is not who wants him to come and apologize to him or who does not want him to come and apologize to him. The man is taking steps. He's on. Thank God even the minister have confirmed that he came here with some governors. He has also called me. Nobody knows how many, how the negotiations are going. It is left for us who are the supporters to allow them concretize their negotiation and come out to the scene of the people.
All right. Let me take a few calls because of the time.
Let me also leave you with this, that let me tell you, in peace, negotiation or reconciliation, you must be mind broadened. So that some of the things that you must know that adjustment will be made. So don't put it on one side because everybody also is pained one way or the other.
Okay. Just to also add, when you the Chidi Lloyd situation you've always raised, remember that the court had also discharged and acquitted Mr. Chidi Lloyd. It was 2014, if I remember correctly. The
court did not say that they didn't fight too. The visuals are there. They didn't say that
he was acquitted.
No, I don't have any problem with it. Okay. We're in Nigeria. And that's why we are suffering the way we are suffering.
Let's take a few calls. 0817-923-0007. 0817-923-0002. I'll take those again, 0817-923-0007 and 0817-923-0002. On Facebook, we have a plethora of messages. This one says, morning, any peace agreement that would be of Rivers people's detriment or Rivers State resources should not be allowed. That's from Stanley. Chize says they should thank the president and the Supreme Court for delving into a matter that was not before them. The truth was suppressed. This fight did not favor them at all. Rex Wankwa says the governor has no bargaining chips. The much talked about peace cannot be demanded for because the FCT minister holds all the aces. All the sycophants who misled the governor should rest and allow father decide what kind of peace he wants to grant his son. Okay, now that's, I don't know how to respond to that. It says the kind of peace. That's why I had to look at it and like, okay, so we have kinds of peace. Let's start with Temple in Iche. Temple, good morning. All right. Lugard, over to you now. Good morning, Lugard.
Yeah, Andrew, greetings from Iche to you.
All right, good morning,
yes,
quickly.
I greet your guest.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, Darlington has spoken very well. I keep on saying it that since 1999, the level of insult that this governor received, I've not seen any governor that have said that. Even the minister, when he was the governor, nobody is talking. Even the elders, even House of Assembly members couldn't even say a word before him. But for issue of Judy Lloyd, it's unfortunate. These are the people that are fueling crisis in Rivers State, calling governor all sorts of names. Well, I want to say that any peace move that will jeopardize the development of Rivers State is not a good one to us in the state. And I want to say, FCT minister, he said you are quarreling with the governor. What has the governor done to you? Up to today, no one has ever answered that question. Look at the year and that this governor took over. We saw massive development in Rivers State. My brother, I want to call Rivers State. So please, rally around the governor so that we can move the state forward.
All right, Luga, thank you. Gift in Yenegua, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
All right, go on.
I want to find out from your guest specifically if the governor gave him any permission to speak on behalf of him in replying Honorable Dr. Shidi Lloyd, the former chairman of Emma local government. Because I remember what the governor stated clearly, that nobody should go out there to speak on behalf of him until you get his permission. So I want to know from him, that is number one question. Then number two, let me tell him, we know ourselves on air and everywhere. I remember when he was saying Tonye Code is coming. Up till this moment, I don't know when this man changed from Tonye Code is coming. He did everything within his power to argue how this other person will become a governor. Overnight, just because of what you will gain. Now you are sounding as if you are holier than thou. As far as I'm concerned, Shidi Lloyd was the one who was deprived, who was denied money for his own local government. A governor that does not have power. Did you listen to what the Supreme Court said, Andrew? The Supreme Court said there was no governance in Rivers State. Because why? A governor stood up one day and decided to arrogate power that it does not have, or the Constitution never conferred on him, by telling the House of Assembly that they are living in his own mercy. And he decided to take 3 men into that government house. Where is that done in the whole world? And we are talking about democracy. And somebody is saying the people you offended, even the FCT minister stated it clearly. Go and see those persons. And you are coming now to speak on behalf of the governor, saying what the man is saying is wrong. Who told you?
All right, Gift, thank you. We have to move on. We don't have a lot of time. Thank you very much. Let's just see if we can. I don't know about squeezing 2 more calls, but Ida from Ikwerre, let's hear you. Good morning.
Yes, I call my guest, Ikwerre 1 and incoming. On the Ida from Ikwerre, you're doing well. You're speaking for Rivers people and Ikwerre people. You don't need to take permission from the governor. Shidi Lloyd tied a goat, called the goat name thing. I just apologize to people of Rivers people. former local government chairman, Ishi come out and air, calls the governor. Amewele says coming to government house to kill the governor. Did anybody come out and say that statement? As the governor come out anywhere insult anybody, the governor is not apologizing to any council chairman. I was a supervisor. We finished our tenure and collected our salary. When Chidula was the governor, I was a supervisor in the Kupon Koro. We finished our tenure. So the governor is not apologizing to anybody. Is it because the governor is peaceful? They should leave this governor.
All right, let's just see if we can hear from Emeka. Emeka, quickly in 1 minute, so we wrap up. Good morning.
My dear brother, good morning. My name is Emeka, calling from Ilalibini. I don't have much to say to talk. Peace is priceless. Terror is senseless. Please, let's give peace a chance.
All right.
Thank you.
Emeka, thank you very much. This one says, Andrew, this one says, okay, stop blowing trumpets on finance on issue. Now the FCT minister had made up his mind to settle with the political son. Everyone should slow down and allow the FCT minister and his political son to settle their differences. Thank God ability. And this one says, please help me ask your guest if he has the permission of the governor to speak on these issues. Okay, we have 2 minutes left. Let's see if you can wrap up with that and get your response.
You see, some of the problem we have is that there is a misplaced priority. The former caller, Gift or thereabout, who said I was saying Toyeko is coming. I think he's dreaming. I've never been a member of APC. I've never supported APC. I was a witness against Toyeko in the last election, in the court process. I was a witness against it. So I've never been a member of APC to say that Toyeko is coming. That's by the way. 2, somebody talked about, do you have permission of the governor? The governor is not saying that nobody will say anything. But when you are in a peace process, there are languages you don't use so that you don't worsen the situation. So if I have come here now to say that, look, allow the peace process to run through. I don't think I've committed any crime. Allow the peace process to run through. Stop blowing hot. Stop giving a list that you don't have the people to be apologized to, including yourself. That's the argument I'm making here. We're not saying that I believe in peace. I've said here that all the parties are suffering. We know ourselves in the field. We have worked together yesterday. Even when we are all working together today, who knows what the peace will turn out to be? The peace may decide to unite us again. It doesn't mean that we're enemies. We didn't go to juju for each other. What we had is political differences. And that's why I believe, I've told you here, whatever decision that the governor takes in the course of this peace making or process, will abide by it and follow it, as long as it be to the betterment of Rivers people. Because at the end of the day, the man that will be put on the spot to assess is the governor. Whether you perform poorly or well, the people will judge you moving forward, whether today or tomorrow. So for me, I believe absolutely. Somebody also made a statement, whether thank God or thereabout. I concur with you completely that all parties must allow this process to come to an end. We will benefit nothing. Go to them privately. They are crying more than any other person. Everybody is angry that a stranger is dishing out the resources of River State. Which project have they flagged up? Which have they commissioned? Are there not monies that are flowing in and out in River State? So we are and that's why I told you that we are 10 years backward within this short period. So anything that will make us come back together to resolve our problem and work for the development of Rivers people, that is where I believe. The only thing that can happen is that there must be a peace process, absolute peace, and all parties must allow the big shots to take decision on our behalf, and we flow.
You can watch the whole conversation again on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. My name is Ifemi Andrew. Good morning. Hello Report follows immediately after the news at 9. Stay with us.
Hey children!
Hey parents! Are you